Previously on Unranked.
Oh, this hat's definitely better than I'm not a chicken, you're a turkey.
I don't think you're going to remember this hat in 15 years.
What are you
Whereas
talking
I remember
about?
that ad from 25 years ago.
I'm going to be bringing this hat to every Thanksgiving
He's
party
gonna
from
wear
now
it
until
every
the end of time. What are you talking about? When my kid wakes up every morning on Thanksgiving morning, I'm going to walk in and go, "It's Thanksgiving!" with this hat.
Yeah.
All right, that's really good.
gonna
If
act like
you now have
Act
to
like
do
it's
that.
fucking
You have
Christmas.
to. You have to stick to that now. Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving. We get to watch the Friends episode and play Trades and Automobiles. What a holiday.
If this gets into third place, you got to send Tom and I a video of you doing this to your kid on Thanksgiving. I want to see that this happened.
It's like he's made a deal with the devil, like in
It
Lion,
is a
Witch, and
little
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex just ate his Turkish delights in the form of a hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you have anything to say for yourself?
No, I got the hat still.
Where's the video?
Oh,
Our first ever official ranking, and it's suspect. It's thrown out the window because
well, the problem is that I don't go and get her in the morning, so I slept in.
so our first ever ranking, we've spent 7.5 years being unranked. We said, all right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna rank something.
Mm-hmm. We've ranked things,
And
in
you've
the past.
What do
tainted
you have
it.
to say for yourself?
It's
What do you have to
it's
say
built
for
on a
yourself?
house of lies.
I mean, you're asking what I have to say for myself. I just told you. I slept in. I didn't get her. My wife did, and I wasn't there when she woke up.
Did
So-
you
I love
even
the
wear the
I
hat?
love the idea of Tuna being like very like, oh no, I slept in. I didn't do the video. I've tainted the ranking. Was it like that?
No, I didn't even give it one thought.
Did you even wear the hat?
No.
Tom, we're gonna remember this the next time we rank something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your shit
Your
is
bargaining
going.
chips are gonna be empty. The bargaining chips at the table for Tuna are empty.
No, chips are high, stakes are low.
Chips.
All
right, everybody. Welcome to the 400 and
I think it's the fourth. I think it's 404th.
fourth
Yeah.
episode of the Unranked podcast. I opened the wrong Pokemon. I did have the number correct on the previously on, but I opened the wrong Pokemon, and I'm looking at the two numbers like which one is right. 404th episode of the Unranked podcast. This is Christian Humes here with Alex Tuna
Hello.
and Tom Caswell.
Hello, hello.
Boys,
Yeah.
it's been a minute. We had a little turkey time. We had
Yep.
a little break between the shows. Feel like there's a lot to catch up on, a lot to talk about. So
Sure.
let's jump into the Pokemon so we can get to that. How's that sound?
Yep.
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Today is the 404th Pokemon, now that we know that I know that. So, Alex, can you tell me who's that Pokemon?
No, Bubblepedia says error.
Great.
I'm just kidding. 404 error.
Oh, very good.
Oh.
Very good.
So this Pokemon is Luxio. It's a much cooler version of Shinx.
Yep.
But a less cooler version.
The audience just got it.
Oh, okay, good. But a less cool version than Luxray. That's coming up next week.
Little tease.
Yeah. So Luxio may be a combination of Lux, Latin for light, Lynx, and Lion, or Leo.
It's a great Pokemon.
What's interesting is that I fucked up the end enunciation there. So let me try that again. Luxio may be a combination of Lux, Latin for light, Lynx, and Lion or Leo.
That's great.
Thanks.
I believe it. This is a complicated one because there's more than just this and that. It's this, that, and the other.
Yep. Yep.
So we got an app trio of a Pokemon here. I really like this Pokemon. I think
Oh, it's one of my
fact that-
favorites.
oh really? All
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, one of my all-time faves.
All time.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool design. It's which is interesting because probably listeners will say, Tuna, it's literally a cat, and you hate Pokemon that look just like a regular animal. So you're full of shit.
Except for when you like them.
Right. I mean, that's the whole thing. That's the way the world works. Everyone is a bag of contradictions. Everyone just does what they want and what they like. So yeah, talk it.
There it is. Life lessons from Tuna, part 1.
Yeah.
This is the new.
No, you want to hear a life lesson? I'll give you a
Here
life
we go.
lesson. I'll give you a life lesson. No. Watch For All Mankind. There's a specific little monologue in there that is very apt to the world.
Yeah. What do you haven't watched anymore since you last talked to me, right? About it?
No.
Okay.
No.
So still, yeah. Okay. Great. Phenomenal show. Really phenomenal.
Great show. Hidden.
Yeah.
I would say hidden gem of the streaming services out there.
I totally agree.
Great show. Fantastic.
I think if this had come out at an early era when people were still watching like broadcast HBO kind of stuff, this would have been up there with like Band of Brothers back in the day. Like this would be
whoa.
Because it's not real, but this would have been a TV event because this transcends. It's not just like for people that like science fiction. Like there's this kind of is for everyone. There's something for any person.
It's for all mankind
on the show. Yeah, it is. It is for. I'm gonna go ahead and
I cannot believe you put it in the same. I mean, I gotta be honest. For me personally.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Band of Brothers stands at the top of like it is the best 10 episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's phenomenal. I mean, for me, it's up. For me, I would say it's the best thing ever made. But that's me.
It's up there.
That's me.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Pokedex entry. By gathering their
right.
tails together, they collectively generate powerful electricity from their claws. So they do sort of like a little like kind of fusion dance here. Gather all the electricity up, make a big lightning rod kind of a thing. Pretty cool. I really like this Pokemon, to be honest. I think all 3 stages are great. And we don't usually get that many 3-stage like dog or cats. They're usually 2-stage Pokemon. So this is very cool in that it is, is a 3-stager. So is it just it's pure electric type. Yeah. Okay. Tom, any final thoughts before we move on?
No, I even though I think it's a very strong Pokemon, to hear that Tuna has it as one of his faves is kind of shocking to me. I would have not thought that maybe it's just that the majority of stuff after Gen 1 Few isn't hitting. So this is kind of by default going to be up there. But no, I think it's a great line, and I agree. It's great that we get a 3-stage. Pokemon love the 3 stages, and electric, getting a cool electric Pokemon. Wouldn't change a thing, Chris.
Guys, I just got a great idea. I think I have our post show here, but now I have a regret for 3 previous seasons of this show. What we should have been doing every week, whenever we come up with the new Pokemon, is being like, all right, in Gen 1, where do we rank this now? Like every time we add a new Pokemon, that we look at the list at the current order we have and we put it on the list.
I mean,
and we do it generation by generation and not overall, because then the waters get too muddy. But we're very early into this generation, so I think maybe post show what we do is we go back to the like 20 Pokemon we've done so far this gen, and we put them in order so that every week when we do the new Pokemon, we'll do the talk, and at the end of the talk we say, where's it fall on the list? And then we put it somewhere on the
ranking
hierarchy. Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of the season, we'll have the definitive unranked list of Gen 4 Pokemon. In order.
I'm down for it.
Sure.
It.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
It's great.
It's fantastic.
What's happening, boys?
What's been going on? Well, beat Super Mario RPG. Loved it. Eating it up. Thought it was fantastic. Again, like I said, it's very easy for me to play Switch games.
Got a question for you, Tuna.
Hit it.
I still have that coupon, the extra voucher.
Yeah.
Super Mario RPG, and Chris, weigh in if you have an opinion here. Super Mario RPG, Pikmin 4.
Ooh. Oh, but you've never played RPG before.
No.
Then I would go
get
with,
RPG.
I would
Okay.
go with RPG.
I didn't play Pikmin 4, but I mean RPG is, I think, a phenomenal
all-timer?
game.
Okay.
I'm playing it for the second time ever. First time I'm playing it on an actual console, not through emulation. But I mean, I played it 20 years ago at this point, so I also love it. I'm about 2/3 the way through, so I'm very getting there. I grinded a little bit too much, and I think I could kind of cakewalk to the end at this point. So.
I've
yeah,
heard that
I love it.
some people are not happy with how easy it seems to.
It's an older RPG, you know.
No,
But
in
it's
comparison to, like, they've done some stuff to like
versus the
some.
older one.
I think some quality of life stuff may have actually just made it where you can get to OP. But
I remembered when I was younger having difficulty with some of the bosses. So this time around, I decided to grind a little bit, and now I realized I didn't need. So that makes sense. That sort of makes sense. But to be honest, now it's kind of like, well, I'm getting towards the end game. I can kind of like run, if I can run past some enemies and not have to like slow myself down, I'll be able to just kind of close the game out while I'm still at a really high point. So that's actually fine.
Yeah, I'm on the camp of I don't need this to be difficult. I just need to be having a good time.
You will have a good time. It's fun.
I mean, the thing that this game did is, Pokemon like now does it, but it used to be a fake thing where you'd throw the Pokeball and you think like, oh, if I press A right when the Pokemon ball hits, like but that's what they actually did in this game, and then they eventually actually did add that to Pokemon later. But in this game, like when Mario hits an enemy, if you time it right, he hits again. Like that's how you get like the critical hits in this. And that
Sea of Stars has the same mechanic.
It does make turn-based mechanics more fun when you have to do that stuff.
Agree.
It makes it way more fun. Although I do feel like I hit that A button so hard when I'm doing it. I'm like just. And
I mean, honestly, I will tell. Okay. To this day, I still press A on the catch.
Yeah.
Just by like reflex.
I will. All I'll tell you is that because I finished the post game too. So the post game is actually pretty hard. So that's a real challenge.
I don't remember post game.
And the final, it's new.
Oh.
So there's a new post game, and then the final boss of the post game is very hard.
Were you also saying this about Wonder as well? Or
dude, Wonder's final level was one of the hardest
levels.
Yeah, but the final was one of the hardest levels of Mario I've ever played in my life. Especially the very last part of that last part.
Hell yeah.
Ridiculously hard. So
awesome.
Yep. In other news, Christian and I have continued our Walkabout mini golf tournament. I have had the yips like you wouldn't believe. Chris
he has not. Don't listen to these lies.
Chris has been
playing better
shots.
than he says.
No, Chris, I was up 6 games on him. He's closed the gap by 4. So now I'm only 2 games ahead. I am only 2 games ahead now. I was 6. Chris won 4 in a row. Okay, he won 4 in a row at one point, and he was hitting shots like I was like, "What the fuck?" Okay, and it is we are literally at the point where if you fuck up once, if you take 2 more strokes than you need to on a hole, you fucked.
That could be it. Traditionally, it feels more like we each are going to make 1 mistake, and whoever makes 2 is actually the person who loses. Seems like.
Yep.
But there have been times where we both play very good, like single stroke under par on every hole except one, and the one where you fucked up was the one you lost. Like that was it. That was the hole.
That's
weirdly though, we've had much less ties. We had a lot more ties earlier on. We haven't had a tie in like 12 games.
I'll tell you what, it's turned into a real mental game. In the beginning it was like fun and whatever. Now it's turned into you gotta have the confidence. It's all mental. You gotta
it's mental.
It's all Tom. Alex, so like when I was like kind of getting creamed earlier on in this tournament, I was just playing the game. I'd fuck up. I'd be like, that's it. It's fucking over. I sounded like the most miserable piece of shit in the world. I have not heard Alex sound like this in quite some time. And when he lost, after he lost that third game in a row, and then he lost that fourth game in a row, Alex sounded like he never wanted to play this video game ever again. He would just go, I fucking suck at this game. I'm never going to win. It's over. That's it.
Yep. It is. You feel like that. You're like, I cannot win anymore. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what the hell happened. I was playing really well. Now I suck. I don't know why I suck. And how is Chris hitting like the shot? Like he'll hit a shot. And I'm like, the fuck, dude? Like that is ridiculous. Like that is the luckiest shot I've ever seen. The guy's on fire. I don't understand what's going on. Like I suck.
We've got
I'm
different
terrible.
skills now. We're both very competent now at like if the ball's within, I don't know, 12 to 15 feet, we can pretty much always sink it if we have a straight line of sight. But
Yeah.
Alex is really good at the like finesse shots where it's like, oh, if you need to like hit it in this small crack in the jar. Alex can always hit those super accurate ones to get the like, you know, hole in one or like the hole in two. Whereas I struggle with those, but I'm good at the like, oh, I can like bank it off of this and bounce it off of that and like bring the ball all the way around the thing. And that's where Alex. So depending on the course and the holes, like
it's so frustrating.
That's it. That's the
also like I like sometimes like I feel like when we used to play when it was just like a friendly game. For some reason, my brain knew exactly how to swing the club and like at the power I needed to. Now, because of the tournament and the mental game and the stress and the thinking and the overthinking, I bring the club back, and then when I hit it, it's like, what the fuck? It doesn't go anywhere where I wanted it to go. It's like bouncing off of the wall. Like, or I hit it too soft.
We're missing.
Like, what the fuck? This
we're
is
missing
not the way
literally
I used to
like
play.
the easiest shots. We're missing the easiest shots sometimes. Earlier today, I was a little bit behind and Alex hits this like really good shot and I'm super pissed about it. And Alex goes, oh, you're going to do this just fine. You're probably going to land like right in the hole. And I got so mad when he said that. I'm like, don't fucking tell me what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this off the fucking course. I can tell you right now, that's what's going to happen.
Well, it's also like
Tom,
when you know
serious business.
Yeah, but also when you know you're up and you know you're probably going to win the course, the patronizing that goes on to the other player because you feel bad. You feel bad. So you're just like, oh no, it's all right. No, good shot, good shot. And you know that you're saying it and you're just like, I'm trying not to like gloat that I'm winning, so I'm saying nothing about that. I'm trying to like bid you up, you know, and then it's like don't patronize me. Like I know that I've lost. Okay, so just shut the fuck up. Let's end the course and get to the next one.
There was one recently where I was like, I won by 10 points. You just completely
I just lost
I had the game of my life, and Alex had like the worst game he's ever played. And we get to the last hole. I'm like, you know, like anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Right, anything can happen. And I'm just like, no. Or like where we were playing Alpha and we were at the last hole and I was trying to line it up and I'm like, oh, I need to line. You're like, dude, you've won. It like just hit the ball. I'm like, okay, all right, geez. Like it's you know, it's like enough.
We did institute a new rule. So whoever wins now the course, they have to start the next course.
Yeah.
That's the new rule because you don't want to be the one going first. You want to let the other person make the mistake.
Yeah, you want to,
or you want to watch them make the mistake if you don't know what to do.
Right. In other news, I downloaded Pavlov and I played the tutorial. I actually really liked it. I actually thought it was really cool. I didn't play anything where I really needed to move around a lot because I feel like if I moved around a lot, I might get a little nauseous because Walkabout mini golf is not that much movement. It's a lot of stationary play, which is, I think, very suitable for VR, but that's me. But Pavlov was interesting in that it was I felt pretty realistic in the terms of like grabbing the gun, taking the cartridge out, putting the cartridge in, loading it. I fucked around with a couple different guns and the grenade I thought was really cool. So I'm down to get into some Pavs.
I'm excited to hopefully
I liked it.
play
I thought it was really cool. Yeah, so but Chris didn't get to play with me.
I'm having a bad tech day. So Alex, you're going to learn something in a moment, and Tom is going to learn something. So Tom doesn't know that my left controller has drift, which now may be the end of my PlayStation VR 2 until I get this fixed, because I can't even like select anything in the menu because it is just pushing to the left the whole time. So like I tried loading Walkabout mini golf and it just wants me to use like the left controller. I can't just let it go off because it just has a persistent left input. So I tried blowing air into it. I tried rubbing alcohol. I tried moving around. I have one last thing I'm going to try later tonight. If not, tomorrow I'm going to have to get it. I'm so pissed about it because I was like, I got Alex to fucking download Pavlov, Tom. We're going to play a new game. I loaded up Pavlov. I picked up my left controller that I haven't used since we did that thing with Lucas Bartel and just immediately started moving to the left.
Well, speaking of games that I've purchased because someone told me to, and I haven't played it with the person who told me to download it, Tom told me to download Demio, and I did. And I played the tutorial, and I had a good time playing it. And I was like, "Oh, this is fun." And then Tom didn't get on, and then he has never texted me since, being like,
"Well, I've been at
Demio?
my parents since then."
Yeah, but how much money did I spent $40 on yours and $25 on Chris's, so $65 I've spent for games from you two that neither of you have got on to play with.
That's
me.
not true.
So
I got on.
myself.
I was in Pavlov with you, and my character was moving to the left.
Well, that's not my that's not my
good was
problem.
that experience?
That's not my problem.
All right, fine. You know what? We'll play Pavlov, and I'll just have to turn. I'll just be sliding around. I'll just be like skating while I'm playing.
No.
Tuna, how's this? Well, Chris gets his thing fixed.
Yeah.
I have Pavlov. When I get back next week.
What about Dems? You had me download
We'll do
Dems
both.
too.
We'll have a little.
I actually thought Demio was like. Here's the thing, Pavlov. I could see us doing like a quick 20-minute, 30-minute sesh on Pav.
Yeah, you play a couple matches and then.
But Demio, I could see like I could just chill, sit on my couch, move some pieces around, roll some dice, play with some cards. Very chill game.
Yeah.
So
I'll download it. I'm hopefully gonna fix my controller.
The tutorial. The tutorial was good. So if you guys want to play, I mean, this is ridiculous. Now you guys tell me to download games. This is why I don't download games, because you guys.
That's not true. I always play.
Never play.
It is interesting how the Walkabout mini golf VR experience has been such a big thing for you this year that you bought and downloaded those games off of our recommendation and we're like, yep, I'm ready to play them. Whereas like every major AAA game that's come out this year, you've been like, which one should I play? And I'm like, you should really play this. You should really play that. And you've played none of them.
None of it.
Yeah. He's going too soon.
None of them.
No, I'm going
He's
too
about
soon.
to very soon.
So I don't know if you were here, Tom, but I took off almost I took off tomorrow, next Thursday, and then from the middle of the month till the new year. But I didn't tell everyone here that I've done that. So I'm still going to get the care coverage, but be down here working and not working. Yep. So I will be doing some I don't know, you guys pushed Alan Wake pretty hard, so I feel like that's what I'm going to do. But that's good probably where it's going to go. But
yeah,
I have allocated vacation time for me and for no one else.
Well, just to wrap up my tech problems.
No, you said there was another tech.
So Tom knows about this. You don't.
Uh-oh.
Something else decided to not work today.
Oh yeah.
My PC.
Oh.
My PC would not turn on.
Why? What happened? Well, computers suck.
Computers do suck.
I haven't used it in a few months, so I don't know why.
Oh, God.
I'm hoping. So here's the thing. The power is on. The power supply works because lights are going to the board. But when I press the power button, it doesn't start up. The other lights don't come on. You don't hear any noise starting up. No signal goes to the monitor. I tried all the different display ports. The fans don't start spinning. Like, it is not powering up. The interesting thing is, though, when I do press the power button, the lights flicker just because I have a shitty fuse in here with a lot of stuff on it. So it's not a power supply issue. But so I know it's trying to turn on. So I'm hoping that if I vacuum it out and reseat everything, a lot of the times with computers, you can just kind of take everything apart, put it back together.
Yeah, turn it back on and off. Yeah.
And that is kind of what I'm hoping here. But I do not know. I don't know. I have no idea why it won't turn on. Because when it doesn't come on at all, that you don't know what it is.
Yeah, right.
It could be the board. It could be the processor. It could be the power supply. I don't know. It could be the case. Like it could be.
Yeah, it could
there
be
are
a
a number
million
of
things.
different things that it could be.
Yep.
So yeah. So that was I'm having a
rough
and today
tech day.
which you might have caught some of it. You might have caught some of it, but the inside of my mouth is still swollen because I got teeth cleaning today, and they did the laser.
The laser.
Yeah, they're doing laser on a deep cleaning now. They do a laser.
Oh,
They have all the latest in dental technology at this place.
I still just get the metal picks and
So they do the
fucking
metal picks, but
scrapers.
they do the laser on the inside of the gums.
Okay.
So I can't have any alcohol. I can't. There's like a number of like foods and things. I can't use mouthwash and I can't floss for 2 days basically after you get the laser. Which my insurance are a bunch of assholes, and they don't allow you to get your cleaning done in one visit. They make you split it in half. So yesterday I got, because they do that, Tom, because they know it's incredibly difficult for people to get a single appointment scheduled in their life. So if they say you have to do it in 2 appointments, then a lot of people won't use their insurance at all. They won't go and do it. They make it as inconvenient. It's not the dentist's fault. It's the insurance providers.
Yeah, I believe that.
So yesterday I was walking around with half of my mouth clean, the other half feeling weird, like fucking weirdest feeling in the world. Today now I've got the other one. So tomorrow I can floss the right side of my mouth, and on Saturday I can start flossing the left side. But so if my face is a little uncomfortable and swollen today, and I keep having like a slight lisp because of it. But yeah, I basically just have been tasting blood now in my mouth for the last few hours, which is lovely.
Yeah. That is
So
lovely.
I'm having a day. What's anyone have thanks? Tom, you tell us, regale us. You went away.
Yeah, we've been at my folks' place for the last, it'll be like 2 weeks when we head back. We had Thanksgiving. It was great. Gotta say, the turkey that I made at my Friendsgiving better than the turkey we had this Thanksgiving. So I am now cooking Christmas dinner. It's been passed down. Yeah.
I had a fried turkey at our Thanksgiving. It was fan-fucking-tastic.
I've never had a fried turkey before.
It was delicious. Moist,
yeah,
and delicious. Go on.
Did you go somewhere?
We did. We went to my cousin's cousins.
Cousins. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, it's been pretty relaxed. We've been playing, me and Brooke have been playing this. We went to do a little, it was like small business Saturday shopping or whatever, in Newark.
Oh, right. To push back against like Cyber Monday.
And all that. So we went, we picked up like some tchotchkes and stuff for people. For
you
Christmas.
guys love tchotchkes.
Brooke in particular, big tchotchke fan.
Yeah.
But we stopped at a like tabletop store that's on, Days of Nights. You ever been there, Chris? On New York Main Street? It's a tabletop store, and we picked up this new game, just a card game that Brooke in particular is addicted to. She wants to play all the time, but I enjoy it very much. It's called Tucano, and basically it is a deck of cards. You shuffle them, and you one by one kind of flip them over, and they have fruit on them. And basically, it's a matching game where the more cards you have of a certain, fruit, like there's like a berry one, there's like a pomegranate one. It alters the amount of points you get, but it can be negative. Like coconut, for example. Like if you have one coconut card, it's worth 8 points, but the more coconuts you get, it actually goes down. And then like the oranges, it goes up. And if you have 3 oranges, you have 16 points. But if you get a 4th one, it's 0.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stuff like that. And then you have the toucan cards that you can pick up. And those allow you to steal a card, gift a card, or you can lock your cards so that they can't be like, nothing can happen. And then, at the end of the game, you tally up your points. And so we picked it up on a whim, and it's called Tucano. It's a lot of fun. It's very simple to kind of pick up.
It's a trick taking game like Uno, where
Yeah, it's
just all
very
card
Uno-esque.
based.
Yeah. And then honestly, I've been playing a little bit. I've been catching up on games. Been playing a lot of Sea of Stars because it's just been easy to like throw, play on my Switch. That game is fantastic, and it keeps getting better as I'm playing it. Lots of really interesting stuff there. And then, honestly, the other thing I've been addicted to, Tuna brought up the fact that his favorite, TV show is Band of Brothers.
For All
Mhm.
Mankind.
Well, For All Mankind is in that echelon, right? For him, I cannot believe how much I am enjoying Twin Peaks.
Oh, it's a great show.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
a great
first
show.
season.
I'm enjoying the second season so far. I don't. Is that historically something that people don't like? The second season of Twin Peaks.
I don't know. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it's not what the show is supposed to be.
There we go. I'll have to look into it once I'm done.
They were never supposed to solve anything in that show. Like
Gotcha. Did they solve? I haven't gotten to a point where anything's really been solved, but that's interesting. I'm very interested to keep going because obviously there's the movie and then there's the return that they did a few years ago, which I've heard is fantastic. But yeah, I mean, obviously this is a very beloved show, and I started it kind of missing that Alan Wake in my life, and I am stunned how much I am enjoying it. And it doesn't even feel dated. It feels like so contemporary. It's so good. Yeah, so I'm probably like close to midway through the second season right now.
I find the kind of shows that, like, you look at Severance and you're like, oh, these guys loved stuff like Lost, right? And you watch Lost and you're like, oh, these guys love Twin Peaks. And then you watch Twin Peaks and they're like, oh, these guys, like, and they just go back and back. Like the ones that like inspired the great things, they almost never really like turn sour.
Yeah.
Some things might get dated in them just like from a cultural perspective, but like primarily speaking, the great ones are still great. Like even fucking Star Trek: The Next Generation, man.
Everyone in this show is white as hell. There's no black people.
But also, by the way, like America is pretty white as hell, and the farther you go back, the whiter. Like so it's
yeah,
it's like a mountain town. Like, come on, what do you think it's gonna be?
It's true.
I want to go there.
You should.
It's so funny because I love first off, I think Kyle MacLachlan's Dale Cooper is like an all-time protagonist. Such a good character, and his like love of the town, like he is like, this is my favorite place in the world, I need to save it. I'm just like, oh, I want to go to the diner, or I want to go.
Oh yeah,
I want to go to the Bang Bang Bar or whatever. One-Eyed Jacks, have a night at One-Eyed Jacks, Yeah. So that has kind of been my media consumption. Finished Taskmaster. We watched the finale of that.
Good finale. Great final episode.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
The hotel task was one of the funnier ones that I've ever seen. It was so funny, and like the threesome of Julian, Sam, and what is her name?
Lucy.
And
the
Lucy
three funniest people in the season.
So fucking funny. Yeah, but then the other two, Sue and Susan, were so funny too, because they were really, really putting in the effort, and like they really like nailed like how much like when I don't know, when he comes in to ask her a question and Sue's got like the cucumbers on her eyes and she pulls them off like, yes sir. It's so funny. Like it's so funny. It's just Susan
having like the mental breakdown when
the mental breakdown
and sees his suitcase filled with forks and marbles. And she's just
and then,
like can't handle it.
She's got it. And then when Greg asks her about that, she's like, I've just never seen those two things in the same place at the same time. Like, what are they doing there?
So good.
It was really good. Really good. I'm glad the winner won. It won't spoil for anyone who cares.
Yeah, but the runner-up was very close, and if the runner-up had won, I would have been very happy as well.
Oh, I would have been disappointed actually if the runner-up had won.
Well, I mean, I'm glad the person who won, but if it wasn't them, I think that was my second my second favorite.
Really? See, I
Yeah,
think
maybe.
that person was very like, fuck this. Like, I feel like
he's so.
But I think
That's might be Teresa's all-time favorite Taskmaster contestant.
I think
that's
that
insane.
I think like that was their bit though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You gotta
I
go
enjoyed
watch
it.
him on Wilty. Watch that person.
Look,
on
I'll tell
Wilty.
you something right now.
Their interactions with Alex Horn were
Oh,
Yeah.
him, they, who.
So I've been rewatching.
man, we're worried about spoiling the show. I think
I
like
know.
one of our listeners was like, "I started Taskmaster." Like, there's
Yeah.
like one.
It's
person
very
who's
popular
watching.
in the States. My
It's
sister
very
It's
watches
becoming.
it. Like
It's becoming very
yeah.
popular in the States. Yes.
Yeah.
So I started rewatching Taskmaster, all the series. I would say my favorite Taskmaster contestant has got to be Rod. Now I think he's my number one from season
Oh, really?
7.
Oh,
My god, the way that he makes fun of Greg the entire season is amazing.
yeah.
And
See,
the way
that got old for me.
that
after
did
a
not
while.
get old.
Just because it does, he wasn't really playing the game either.
What are you talking about? He the way he figured out the tasks to not to cheat, but like see that I love. I love the thinking outside the box. It was so good. Yeah, he was.
I
amazing.
loved how we would get.
He didn't
that this
try to
season.
win. That was his thing, though, because that was the whole thing. Like James Acaster, part of the reason James Acaster gets really mad that season is because he was on Rod's team, and Rod kept being like, "What? There's like no one gives a shit about the points. Like no one cares about winning this thing." And so like he would purposely fuck stuff up in team tasks because he was just trying to be funny and like he would purposely cause them to lose stuff, and it would drive James nuts because James was like, "No, I want to fucking win. I love Taskmaster."
But at the end of the day, it was funny. Rod was funny.
Yes.
Like Rod's shit was hysterical.
It's true.
Anyway, that's go ahead, Tom. You were gonna say.
I was just gonna say I loved how they would think outside the box, and I think. Well, so I'm curious. They are wearing the same clothing in every task.
Yeah, that's the shtick.
Gotcha. So
Well, I think it's also so that because they film the tasks completely in
5
any
days of
order.
filming.
Yeah, and then
really? They do it over because I thought it must be over a truncated amount of time.
Alex
5
asked
days
them,
is a lot.
"Do you want to do this in 1 week, or do you want to do this in 5 months, or do you want to do this in 5 weeks? Like, you tell me, and we'll schedule it." Like, some people want to spread it out and they do it over 5 months. They do like one a month, and then some people do it all in like a week. You know, like it's up to the contestants.
They're there for the day, and then like the tasks that are for episode 1 are not like the first tasks they do, or episode 10 are not the last tasks they do. They just do tasks, and he just puts them together for what's funny and what's gonna.
So they could all have different times, or they collectively have like come to a consensus together on.
They have different times, and I think there's 5 individual days, and I think the team tasks happen over 2 days. So I think it's 7 days of filming that each person has, and then they have the live show filming, which is also done over 5 days, because they film 2 episodes a day for the live shows.
Gotcha. Okay,
So.
Interesting.
And they do those like back to back, the live shows, which is why it's so hard for them to schedule, because it's like you have all these different comedians who are on different shows with different tour days. And it's like, not only do we need to get them all to record within like 6 to 8 months or so of each other, but then we need to have them all available during a single week, which is what makes the Champion of Champions specials like really behind sometimes. Like the next one, I think, is supposed to hopefully will come out before season 17. And that's for 11 to 15 champions, I think. But it might not be till after. So,
well, Alex said the number one person he wants on the show is Stephen Merchant, and he said it's just very hard to get, very busy guy. It's a big commitment. It's a big commitment to show.
Yeah. The rumor is Hank Green was going to be on it, and I hope that happens.
Oh wow.
He's apparently like buddies with Alex, and then he had that like cancer diagnosis, so that didn't happen. But if that happens, he would be great. I think the Alex has.
You got to get
talked...
You got to get Iowati on this show.
Yeah,
he's love busy. That guy. He's a busy guy too.
Busy.
He's pretty fucking busy.
I imagine they want to get Carr too, and Carr has said like, "Oh, I would love to do it," but his schedule. So my guess is we'll get Carr for a New Year's treat episode. That is my guess. especially because like Alex and them have come on his New Year's specials. They'll
Yep.
probably figure out how to get him in for one day to do that.
Yeah.
There's no way you're getting that guy for a whole season,
Probably.
which I don't think you need, to be honest.
It'd
Jimmy
be
Carr,
interesting to
man.
see Jimmy Carr not be the fucking host of a show
Yes.
and just be the contestant. Because when he's
Yeah.
on, like, Would I Lie to You and a couple of the other shows, he's very. I mean, I love seeing him.
He's different when
Uh,
he's more chill and he's not like in charge.
Yeah, they're not in charge.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a very different persona.
Get fucking Jonathan Ross on it too. He'd be funny.
There's still
There's
a lot of
there's
people.
a long list.
lot of, and
But
from
you know what,
everything they were saying-
Campbell? I'm a little worried though, because Campbell kind of brought it up during this season, which was like, this task, not your best. Not your best task. Not your best. And it's like, yeah.
Well,
And I
when he
feel
did-
like, and I
he goes,
do
"Oh,
feel
you let your nephew make some tests.
yeah,
now?
you let
That's
your
nice.
nephew make some tasks. I do feel like there is this difference between like pre-COVID and post-COVID Taskmaster. I still feel like there's like a little. I feel like pre-Taskmaster was simpler,
Pre-COVID.
Well, there was
Pre-
Taskmaster
pre-ta-
before it was like Taskmaster.
right?
You know,
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
before it was it's now like a cultural institution. It's
Right.
If you count all the other countries it's in, which it's like becoming a ginormous show in all of those countries now too.
Except the US where it failed.
Right. There's like 56 seasons of Taskmaster if you count all those other
Right.
like it is.
Yeah.
Alex has talked about like how he has no control over the rights to Taskmaster in the US at this point. So like, you know, who knows what's ever going to happen with that. But he was like, we just need to get the US comedians to come over here. He was like, that's what he was like.
Well, they've done that.
Yeah.
They did that for
So- But he wants to
What
get some bigger
season was
names.
that?
He
Yeah.
wants to
Yeah.
get some bigger names. But he said that like
Sure.
if he had the rights to do it, he was like, if I was in charge of what we did with the US Taskmaster show now, he was like, I would only have it be me and Greg. He was like, it needs
Yeah.
to be me and Greg.
It should have
Which
just
I
been
agree.
him and Greg.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Comedy Central is a bunch of fools.
Yeah.
So, what else? Any other Thanksgiving Day stories, boys?
No.
No, not
Did
really.
your kid eat the turkey? She have her Thanksgiving meal? Like, is she
No,
allowed
she's
to?
such
Is
a
that
picky. No, she's such a picky eater, man. She
Yeah.
is. She's like a hunter gatherer. She eats cheese, fruit.
Girl dinner.
Yeah, she like
She's
she'll eat-
paleo.
She doesn't like to eat like the real meats and potatoes.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
I just saw a thing on TikTok the other day which I learned too. They were like, you can't give babies water. Not a thing I knew.
Oh yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, apparently if you give babies water like under 30 days, they'll just die. Is a
Yeah.
thing?
Yep.
What is that? Is it because of the bacteria that's in water and they have like
I have no idea what it is.
immune
But
system?
it's
or-
either formula
Under 30
or
days. Like,
yeah.
okay. So after a month.
But I think even then it's like very little
It's
amount.
still no. You're really not supposed to. Baby's really only supposed to have milk,
Yeah.
like from mom or
Yeah.
formula. Like that's it. Not real milk, not oat milk, not almond milk. Like formula
Yeah.
or mommy milk. That's it.
Titty milk.
Boob juice.
I mean, pretty
Mm.
much for the first. I would say for the first like couple months. You
Wow.
know.
Yeah.
So just keep that in the back pocket.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I went to Disneyland for Thanksgiving,
Yes.
and
you
it
did.
was
Oh, yeah,
really
that's right.
nice. It was great. We
about
we ended up getting free tickets. Therese has a coworker used to be at ESPN, and they had like comp tickets because if you work for Disney, they give you tickets. So it was great because we were gonna go, and then we saw what the prices last minute were for tickets, and we were like, all right, we're not gonna do the park hopper because it was like park hopper plus genie, like the genie pass, so you could do lightning lane and stuff, would have been almost $300 a person. And then we got the free
Jeez.
tickets, and it cost us like, you know, only the extra $30 for the lightning lane. So we were able to get the park hopper and everything. It was super cheap, which was amazing. I would say it wasn't crazy packed, which I was a little surprised by. It felt basically like a weekend, but everyone came in slow, which was the nice thing. So the morning was like dead. I took a picture of Therese that is like it's unbelievable. I don't think I think very few people have ever been able to take a photo like this in Disneyland, at least in the last like decade. I'm gonna show it to you because it's just so crazy. Like this is
Yeah, that's pretty empty.
there's literally here's Therese all the way back here, so that's how far back it is. There's not another person in this entire frame. There's not a single other like that. We were basically in an entire area of the park, and there was not another human being in the photo. So within the first 3 hours, we went on every single ride that like we wanted to go on, like our first 5 favorite rides. We got done in the first 3 hours, and we only used one of our lightning lanes. So then we got to do 1 or 2 more with the lightning lane. We got into the cantina for the first time, which we hadn't done because the cantina like fills up always like ahead of time. Dude.
Fuzzy Tauntaun.
Dude, it's so cool. That foam, the numbing foam,
which wild.
I wouldn't call it numbing because you don't lose sensation of taste or touch, but it makes your anything that touch. I'm glad the guy said don't inhale because I would have been like, to that foam, and then it would have fucked up my whole throat. Everything just felt like, imagine like if you have like sleepy hands, like tingles, almost like Pop Rocks. Like my lips and my tongue felt like Pop Rocks. It was cool. It was weird, which made it feel like a real space cocktail.
Yeah.
But the best thing in there is the little robot DJ who's fucking playing music, and he's doing his little claw dance and he's rolling around. He talks, and there was like an event that happened like 15 minutes into it where the DJ was doing shit and some sparks like happened and the lights flashed like cool. A fuse blew and all the music stopped. And then one of the guys in the bar was like, hey, what happened? The DJ's like, oh, fuse blew. Like he's talking to the robot and he's like, you blew the fuse again. And then he comes over to the machine. He starts like whacking it with this like wrench. And then like some sparks came on, the lights flickered and everything started back up.
That's
I was
awesome.
Like, that was fucking so cool.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Everyone in the bar did the same thing. Like, no, at first we're all like, oh, something broke. Like we really thought like everything just because it got quiet.
That's awesome.
And then we went over to California Adventure. We got to do the Incredicoaster and the Guardians ride twice.
Wow. Guardian.
The former Tower of Terror.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So Very good. We did that. We did the Cars ride, which is like, I think the Cars ride and the Mickey ride are up there with the Star Wars one. The new tech on those, like, it's unbelievable. Like
the Mickey one is the one, the
runaway train Mickey ride.
Yes, fantastic.
Yeah, it feels like the Star Wars
like
ride.
Yeah, it's like a more younger friendly version of dude. When they play the movie beforehand and then the smashing through the screen and then like you walk through the hole. I don't even understand how I don't know how it worked. How did they do that?
Yeah, Alex, they're doing stuff with like projections and like hidden like they're doing stuff that like really looks like magic that like I could not understand how it worked. What was like happening in front of me. I got to watch a video on how they made that.
Yeah, they have spoilers for that ride, but you'll still be blown away when you go. It's a screen, like you're in like a little movie screen theater thing. And then like a train smashes through the screen. And then suddenly instead of there being a screen in front of you, there's a giant hole in the wall that you walk through to the right.
Wow.
I don't know how it worked because I did not see, like, I didn't see panels move. Like, it was as if that train was real and the hole was it was some Wile E. Coyote shit, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was one of the most impressive. And then everything in there is like projections and LED walls. So like the cartoons are like moving with it's really amazing what's going on with rides now. The next time you come to visit, Alex, which I don't know, maybe you can sneak away next year to come out here. We'll do Disney and Nintendo World.
All right,
you will have a time. And then last minute we were gonna stay and do the fireworks and stuff, but 8 o'clock it was about 8 o'clock. We were like, we're fucking exhausted. We did everything. No reason to stay another hour and a half wait for the fireworks. We'd already done 29,000 steps, so we were tired.
Oh wow!
We're walking out, and who do we run into? Patrick Ellers of the Nintendo Cartridge Society.
Oh,
He's just
really?
walking around there with his wife. He's walking into California Adventure as we're
That's
walking out.
awesome.
I'm like, Patrick? He's like, what the fuck? So, it's a nice little Thanksgiving. It's great.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to do any cooking or anything. So, that was kind of
Great.
nice.
There
Yeah.
it is.
I love it.
Game wise, I don't have anything to talk about that we didn't talk about because I've been primarily playing Super Mario RPG and Super Mario Wonder. So yeah, I don't have anything new there. Do you guys want to do a little news?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Just gonna grab a water. Tom, if you want to start talking, I'll still hear you. I got the wireless headphones.
All right. We'll save the Taskmaster VR news then for when Chris gets back. In the news, we got our first look at the Fallout TV show. That is coming to Amazon Prime next year in April. It is set in California, in Los Angeles, and is set, I think it's after the Fallouts 3 and 4. It looks very, there's screenshots out there. It looks very true to the show. Speaking of Kyle MacLachlan,
I think it looks better than the game.
Interesting.
Well, just the game's advertisements always look great and colorful and interesting, and the games are always boring and brown and ugly. This looks like the advertisements and the trailers for the games,
sure,
and not the actual games themselves.
They would also do like a lot of like live action trailers for the Fallout games as well, so it does look.
It looks more like that. It looks more like what they wished Fallout looks like.
Yeah,
which is really what it should be.
Hopefully, that is whenever we get Fallout 5, that's something that, hopefully it blows it out of the water in terms of the looks department. Have you guys played any Fallouts? Are you excited for this?
Nope.
Are you like...
No, never played a Fallout.
Did you never
ever
play
in my life.
the Fallout iOS game?
Nope.
Oh, that was Fallout Shelter was one of the best phone games.
So
that is a game I was addicted to for like a good 6 months. That was a great phone game. I tried with a few of them, and it's just the problem that I suggested, which is the games always visually look like they have this really interesting style to them with the way they advertise them and like the openings to them and like the style, like it's always a little bit reminiscent of the same kind of style you'd see in like a BioShock. And then when you go to play the game, it's just kind of brown and green and kind of drab and dull, I always found, and I didn't really like the gameplay. So I was always really disappointed that I found the world and the concept intriguing, but I didn't like the game. So I'm actually excited about the show for that reason.
It's Jonathan Nolan and
yes,
I forget his wife's name, something Joy. So it is the team
Lisa
behind Lisa Joy. It is the team behind Westworld. Hopefully it's more reminiscent of the good seasons of that show. But yeah, so it's got a good creative team behind it. So I am very excited for it. We got our PS Plus games for December, and I think you guys are going to be interested if you don't know. Lego 2K Drive is the main game for PS Plus Essential. So if you have PlayStation Plus Essential, which is the very basic tier, you'll get Lego 2K Drive. The other two games are Power Wash Simulator, which was another game I think last year that was very popular.
Is that available in VR?
I don't think so.
All right, well,
yeah, maybe I can't imagine that they wouldn't have a mode. Maybe it's like a meta quest game. Let me see. And then Sable is the third game, which is a very popular indie game from a year or two ago. And so, yeah, it's a really good month. So definitely pick up at least Lego 2K Drive. Yeah, so it's a MetaQuest game. Power Simulator VR is a MetaQuest game.
I'm going to have to get one of those.
Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, good month for PS Plus, Lego 2K Drive. It came out in May, right around the time of Tears of the Kingdom. So a lot of people, I think, missed out. I missed out on it. So I'm going to go download that on Tuesday. We got our first tease of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. We saw a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
of Shadow the Hedgehog's shoe. It's coming next
Mhm.
December.
Mhm.
You guys,
Um,
you guys have no. So when I saw that second movie with Matt and Emily and Naeem, when Shadow shows
yeah.
up, Emily screamed like the way she screamed when that Mass Effect trailer dropped during the Game Awards, Tom.
Yeah.
And she was sitting right next to me. She just like in the theaters, like, shut up! Like it was so loud. I was like, holy shit, like it made me jump a little bit. So when I texted it to the group, she immediately like was just like, responding in all in all caps and exclamation points. I can't wait to see it with that group because I mean, come on. That movie, that second one was good.
It was fun, and the people
Yeah, I had
in
a good
our
time.
theater were losing their shit at Shadow.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so fucking funny. So yeah, I'm very excited to for the next one of those.
Will we get so Alex, you won't be aware of this meme, but there's a meme about the Chaos Emeralds. It's a very popular meme, and it's with Barack Obama, where he comes out and he goes, "Oh, you mean the Chaos Emeralds?" And he has like one of the Chaos Emeralds.
Okay,
I want them to film a scene with Obama where he does the Chaos Emeralds meme. It would be, I mean, it's the kind of thing this would do. I'll send it to you.
Well,
go
they've
on to the
done
next thing and I'll
Sanic.
text it to you.
They've done Sanic references, right? So yeah, you got to imagine that they try and make that happen.
But they did that in the Rescue Rangers movie too. That was amazing.
Resident Evil 4 remake. Oh, that's right, they did. Resident Evil 4 remake VR coming December 8th. So if you have Resident Evil 4 remake, the VR mode is coming December 8th. Baldur's Gate 3, they've added an epilogue to the game. So I think it's like a cinematic that is set 6 months after the end of the game, and like the characters recollect on their adventures, and it's meant to be like a send-off for your story. So that's very cool. You can jump, if you finish Baldur's Gate 3, you can jump back in and check that out. And then yes, there is a VR Taskmaster game coming out at some point. I don't think there's a specific release date, but
Brendan, my love, who we had on recently, he sent that to my baseball group. He was like, Christian, check this out. And then I sent it to you guys. The first thing John Murphy said when he saw that was, he was like, cool, we're not going to see Christian for a year after this comes out. Like,
is it coming to PSVR or
no, Tom, it's not coming to PlayStation VR 2. And it's coming to MetaQuest and it's coming to Steam VR. However, they're very much in their Discord like, hey, we plan on and would like to port to other headsets, but we're not going to announce anything until the game is released for anywhere else.
Okay.
So I may have to buy one. Like, honestly, I'm going to give it a week. When this comes out, if the reviews are good, I'm going to give it a week. And if they're like, maybe like, oh, well, stay tuned. All right, I'm just going to have to fucking go buy a Quest now because they scanned the house. They went to the house. They scanned the house. Like, come on.
You can walk through the whole thing. It's awesome.
What do you think this game is? How do you think this game works?
I don't know, man. Are you just a contestant?
Yeah, because you're a contestant.
Then
so I think it's like a mini games, right? Almost.
It's got to be little mini games, yeah.
But they have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's shots of you in the trailer of like you sitting there, you watching the thing. So, yeah, I wonder if it is like, oh my god, and like,
so who are the other contestants? Who are you playing against?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's a multiplayer mode.
So they said the game is primarily single player, but they do have plans for multiplayer, but that's post, like anything like that would come after. So which like all these VR things like live or die on sale, like if they don't sell enough, they're not going to put, because they don't get enough money to develop that kind of stuff. But it does make me wonder, like, do they have a lineup of previous contestants or something, or are these going to be like randomly generated? Like did they come up with fake contestants? Like, how is that? Who am I playing against?
Yeah. Yeah, and what is the interaction like? Like, how is it just simply here are the points? Yeah, how do they rate the tasks? Is it just like, is it simply like how well you did? Like, there isn't like yeah.
There's a
It's good.
lot of questions around this.
Yeah, I didn't think about any of this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I was just
it's
like,
interesting.
I was like, Taskmaster VR, what a brilliant idea! That'll work so well. And then yeah,
It's interesting that if they were to make a multiplayer thing out of this, you could literally just build in like a Taskmaster home like brew producer thing where like it's like, all right, you and your 4 friends, one of you is going to be the Taskmaster. You're going to
Yeah.
go in, like you have the house as like a play set, and you define the rules and you watch everyone do their things and it captures it, and then you go like and you play through the whole episode like as if it was like, that's how I would imagine the multiplayer would work, which is why I would understand why they're not developing that until they see if the game sells first, because that sounds like an expensive, but man, talk about the one game that could usurp Walkabout mini golf from my PlayStation VR too.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Exciting stuff. Very exciting. Any other news?
No, I think we can move on.
All right, let's do it. Ash, you have any complaints for today?
Nope.
I have a complaint.
Ooh.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I texted it whenever.
Oh,
I
that's
texted it.
right. You said that you'd have a
Yeah.
complaint.
I got a complaint. Don't bother playing jingle because there's Tuna's jingle. You can play the jingle. So you're at a restaurant. You're at a restaurant.
Okay. What kind?
Any restaurant. We were at just
okay.
like a kind of American food
Got it.
bar and grill thing. I got no problem with the server once the food's been brought out and it's been 5-10 minutes and they come and they check, how's the food? Yeah, great, awesome. No, it's good. Or actually this is, I'm missing this, that, and the other, whatever it is. Absolutely understand that.
Sure.
I don't need to talk to the fucking owner of the restaurant.
Oh, the
old You don't need to come over to the table. You don't need to make chit chat. Just like trying to like do a test run of your stand up set. Like I don't need to know who you are. You are no one to me. You have there's nothing about
you
this
are
experience.
no one to me.
You are no one to me.
What a phrase.
And because at the restaurant, the guy wasn't necessarily like, because usually it's like you look at him and you're like, or them. I'm sorry, could be a woman.
This one wasn't.
This one was not. Usually you can like tell like, oh, that's. But this guy was just like in a Hawaiian shirt and like it really did feel like he could have just been anyone asking us how our dinner was. I get it if there's like a local, they come in all the time, they know you. You can go up to them and say hi, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But you don't know me. I don't know you. You're not my server. You asking me how my food is has no anything. So that's the first complaint. The second complaint, if you have if as a you come out, you bring everything, something's been forgotten and you're like, oh, I'll go get that right away. Don't make a big fuss about it if you're not gonna fucking bring it out right away. There was some I forget what it was, but there was something missing and I was in no rush. Like it was totally fine, but they made a huge song and dance about it. So I thought, oh, it's gonna be here in 10 seconds. I think it was a sauce that was meant to come with whatever I had ordered.
Okay, sure.
And so I was like, oh, they were in a big hurry. So I'm gonna wait to eat this because like the sauce will be here very soon. But they took like 5 minutes to bring it out. And I was like, if it was gonna be 5 minutes, I would have been fine. But I would have started eating if I'd known.
Right.
So
no, fucking restaurants, man.
It was a great meal though. It was very good. Garlic bread with like a gorgonzola cheese sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very fun.
wow.
Yeah,
That is good.
Very nice.
That is good. That's very good.
so those are my complaints.
I did have two other quick things that I want to bring up really quick. I was playing dodgeball last night, and I noticed I have a weird thing where, so you know how, Alex, when we play Walkabout mini golf, a lot of the times you want to just like jump right in, and a lot of times I'm like, wait, because I want to change my club. But I also like to try and go over to the practice screen and get like 1 or 2 hits in first.
Okay.
Before because you got to calibrate. And I've realized like I really need to calibrate. Like I need to get a couple practice in, and it's the same exact thing with dodgeball, because if I don't get there to warm up and get like a handful of throws in first, I'm a fucking loose cannon the first few times I throw down there. Like it is all like yesterday with John, the first 3 times I threw to him, it was like way too high, off to the side, down at the bottom, and then after that, right down the middle, right down the middle. Like, but the first, I felt like when you load up Halo, and this is literally just what I was thinking, which is why I want to bring it up. But like when they're like, "Oh, Chief, we got to calibrate you," and they're like, "Look up here, now look down there, now look to the left." They're like, "All right, you're good to go." And I realized like, oh, I just had to throw the ball like 3 times, and after that, I was throwing it exactly where I wanted it to go. But the first 3 throws, even though I've done this thousands of times now at this point, the first 3 times I throw the ball when I haven't done it in a week, I don't know where it's going. I really don't. Like it, the first time I threw it at John, I threw it hard too. It was not near him. He couldn't reach it if he went for it. The next time it hit the ground before it got to him, and the other time went to the side. And then after that, no problem, just right. But I'm an uncalibrated mess, which is why I'm always like, wait, because I got to go over to the side. I got to change my club, and I gotta get a couple putts in, because otherwise I'm fucked. I'm boned. And if we make one mistake, that's it. The second thing, I have a question for you guys. Have you watched any of Nathan Fielder's The Curse?
No, I haven't. I was gonna start it, and then I started this Twin Peaks thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I've heard it's good.
I don't know if it's good.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to make of this.
Okay.
I will say it does the thing that Nathan Fielder's good at, of being just once again one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever watched in the world. But I don't know that I would say it's good. I wouldn't say it's compelling, but I do keep thinking about it. It's kind of like The Menu, right? Where
yes.
Where I didn't feel like I watched The Menu and felt like I saw something amazing, but then for some reason I kept thinking about the fucking menu.
Yeah, and I've seen it like 3 times since.
But there are some fucking weird fucking things that happen in this show, like outlandishly, like unlike anything you've seen Nathan Fielder do before. And that's because it's scripted, so it is going to be very, you really need to like just go into this. Don't watch anything about it. Don't watch it, but you have to tell me after that first episode what you think.
Okay.
Or text me during one of the several shocking moments that happened in the first episode.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was on my list to start, but yeah,
what a trip. Therese just turned it on. She goes, "Let's watch this," and then like halfway through, we were like, "What the fuck are we watching right now?" So
it's really funny because I almost I thought I had convinced Brooke to watch it, because I was like, "Oh, it's scripted. Emma Stone's in it.
Oh, she's great in it.
Like, you know, it's not the same as his." But I have heard that it has the same level of discomfort.
I think more than anything else he has made.
But because of the structure of the show and how it's made, it's actually it's like more uncomfortable than like Nathan for you, or which is crazy to think about.
It is, because those are real.
Butt puckering. Right, exactly. There are some, so I definitely want to watch it, and definitely before I start getting spoiled.
So that and the Squid Games reality show, which is man, it's great, and they have to do it again. I don't care if it's antithetical to the messaging of the original like artistic intent, because that was also a show on the biggest fucking commercial platform ever made as well. So like if you're holding up the original Squid Game as some, you know, arbiter of anti-capitalism, you've already made mistakes here. It's a reality show, it's a game show, and it is, oh my god, it's great. People online being mad about Squid Game being turned into reality show. It's like, you know, you're paying for Netflix. It's like one of the most high generating revenue streams that Netflix has ever had already. It's not the anti-capitalist movement you think it is. It never was.
My only problem with it, and like the reason why I haven't checked it out, and I have heard it's good, is that there was a huge like article on like,
I've read all of that about, there's some like funky producing with it. There's clearly some people that were like pushed through certain rounds that like they probably like, it's very fortuitous that some of these characters have survived this long. But Tom, I think that only goes on for a few episodes, because at a certain point you can tell like these are not people that are influencers or actors at a certain point, the people that are on the show and that are, and that's when the real.
Okay.
But yes, I had the first episode or two of it. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this, because it feels like the most hands-on kind of like fake reality show I've ever seen.
Yeah, I just knew so much about like how the behind the scenes of like how they put people through.
They did a
and,
shit job making this, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But the final product, though.
I mean, look, reality TV, it in the edit, man, like that's where it comes together.
Oh, ruthless. The final product, Tom, especially the back half of the show, is ruthless. So get ready, strap in, strap on for some Squid Game. Strap on for some Squid Game. Email at unrankedpodcast.com or 805-738-8692 to send us a voicemail. This first Discord question came in from King Tally. For those of you who may have like atheist friends or non-theists, those that don't believe in any higher power, that have a designated holiday in regards to this time of the year, what traditions, if any, do they possibly have? Also, assuming you're non-religious beliefs, if you have any, so of course that opens it for you also. The question is,
a non-theist.
People who feel bad saying atheist because people that are religious get like upset with atheists, you know.
Okay. All right,
that's why like a lot of people who are atheists say they're agnostic, because it doesn't make people who are religious get like combative, you know, because they're like, oh, you're not saying like there's definitively nothing out there. That's fine, then you're just confused. we can bring you into our brotherhood still. Yeah, I mean, all the holidays are commercial as fuck. Like the way and reasons we celebrate like Christmas have absolutely nothing to do with the original religion. Like from historical perspective, like Jesus's birth was in the summer. Christmas trees and a lot of our things come from pagan so the reason people are celebrating is already irreligious. I would say it's a commercial holiday. So
I mean,
I love presents.
Anyone who I know who doesn't believe in God is still celebrating Christmas because it's the culture, you know.
My name's Christian and I don't.
It's a fucking awesome holiday.
It's a great holiday.
It's great. It is great. It is great. It's a good time.
It's a great
holiday. Feel good.
You know, still do Easter basket. I'd still do like an egg hunt if I had kids for Easter.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alex, do you do both? Do you do both? You do the Jewish holidays as well in your home?
Yeah, we do, but they're not
like Passover.
Yeah, but it's, you know,
they got a lot of stuff.
It's a lot going on.
They got a lot of stuff.
Yom Kippur, Passover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Do you do like the menorah? In the house?
Yeah, it's in the house. It's not up yet. It's not Hanukkah yet.
When is it this year?
I don't know.
That's one of like, at least like for Christmas is easy because it's just the same dates.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Like you know when it is.
Oh yeah. I mean, Christmas is the only holiday I really care about.
Yeah.
I don't really care about any other ones. I'll get her an Easter basket.
Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but Thanksgiving isn't a religious holiday. It's just sure.
But it's more
Let's
low
eat some
pressure,
fucking
like,
turkey.
you know, like that's kind of what I like about it. It is the most chill holiday.
What is?
Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
right?
because you don't have to. There's no religious undertones.
Yeah. There's no
It's fine.
pressures. You don't have to worry about like decorations. There's no gifts. There's
Right,
no
there's no gifts.
It's just let's all eat until we want to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Like that's a good day.
Yeah.
If I had to
What's
rank them, that'd be up there.
I tell you,
Yeah.
so I don't know what time you guys do like Thanksgiving dinner, but we usually do it like a lunch. Like we'll usually like do it for like 2 p.m.
That's. I feel like everyone does that.
I think everyone has it early.
Yeah.
Yes. Early
'Cause-
holiday
because-
dinners have always been fucking early.
Yeah, holiday dinners are always early.
It always
love,
kind of annoyed me, to be honest.
Wow.
but I love, 2 p.m. finish at 3 p.m. and then you go have like a 2-hour nap. This year we had to delay it to actual dinner time because
2-hour nap.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't nap on holidays. I mean, I don't nap at
Yeah.
all. But that's just me.
That's
You
what the
don't- you
olds
guys
do,
don't
and I
have
refuse to
a-
fall into that. No, I would always be like with my cousins, and I'd be like, "Let's go play
No,
Yeah,
games."
same. Let's
and
go play
then-
games. Let's play
Yeah.
board games. Let's play video
Absolutely.
games. Let's go
No,
outside.
you have the
let's
nap
play.
and then you feel refreshed and then you go do
No.
the games.
No.
No. My tradition is to eat, and then the second I'm done, like I'm full, let's fucking go down to the basement and let's play games until the desserts come out, and
Yeah.
then let's play games until people have to leave.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the way mine went as well. Or we went outside and played.
I
Yeah.
guess it might be a very different for you guys because you would have like family, like it would be a big like it's never been a big gathering for me. It's always just been like my
Oh.
parents and my
I mean, it
Also,
wasn't like a huge gathering either, but
I'm
there's
not a-
enough.
I'm also just as a general rule not a napper. I do not take naps. I don't know who instituted that. I don't know what people like. Is that like I feel like that might be a genetic thing. Like some people are genetically
I
into
don't
naps.
I
I
don't,
just
like,
don't nap
I don't
ever.
take naps
I know people
frequently,
who genuinely take naps.
like
Yeah,
every
there are a
day.
lot of
take on
people
that.
do, but there are also
Yeah.
a lot of culturally speaking, Alex, like the way that we sleep and it's
Yeah, but
napping
there's people
napping
that-
may be more normal
first-
than not napping.
I'm talking about I know people in my culture who are part of
Yeah.
my culture. They're napping. I'm not napping. I'm not doing that.
I know people
Yeah.
who are part of my
I know people
culture.
part of my culture who are close in my culture,
Yeah.
close to me, who just
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the same culture.
I'm
taking
saying
naps.
like from
I'm
a
not napping.
historical time perspective.
Yes.
Siestas have long been a
Yeah,
tradition for humanity.
They're taking naps. I'm not taking naps. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Look, I don't take naps either.
Tuna's like those grindhouse people that are like, I fit 4 days into one day.
Yeah,
You're
Oh,
doing one
God.
day, and I'm doing 4 days in a day.
you guys are time. You nappers are time traveling.
I don't nap.
behind.
However,
behind.
I do have a new recent rest tradition, which I've now been doing. For the last few
What are you
weeks,
talking
I've been taking baths recently. I've
Oh,
been
here
taking
we go.
midday baths recently.
Midday baths.
I finish work. I finish work. I go into the guest office, guest room, which is also Teresa's office. So that she's still got like 2-3 hours of work, and I'm just turning on the bath. And I'm
Wait.
Oh my
I come out.
God.
Teresa's like, "Oh, how's your bath?" Like, I'm still working.
Jesus
I'm like,
Christ.
Wait,
I'm like, "Oh,
so
do you
you're
not want
doing
me a
it?
bath?" She's like, "No, I'm just jealous. I want a bath."
You're doing it. So you're in the office.
Yeah,
You're doing it.
yeah.
You're taking a bath, and
Yeah.
through the door, she's working. Oh
Yeah.
my god! You don't have a tub in your room?
No, we have a walk-in shower. That's only
Gotcha.
tub. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So, and I pop the AirPods in, right? Put some bath salts in, not the kinds that make you fucked up. And then I have the Switch, which I put in a Ziploc bag, and that's how I've played
Right, that's how you do
almost all of Super Mario RPG is in the bath.
Nice.
it. at 1 p.m.
And I'll take like a good 45 minutes, hour-long bath. The other
Hell
day
yeah.
though,
You took a
so like
nap
my
in
tooth
the
was
bath.
bothering me, which is because I have a crown that had come loose and it was like really bothering me, which is part of why I had to like go in it at all. Now I'm gonna end up getting fucking Invisalign next year. It's gonna be a whole thing. But I was like in a decent amount of pain, but it wasn't terrible. And the earliest new appointment I could get was this week. So I was like, okay, I took a gummy because the Advil didn't do shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna go take a bath. And because I was high, I was like, Teresa's working. I come out. She goes, "You've been in the bath for an hour and a half."
Nice.
She was like, "You just took an hour and a half long bath, and I did 3 meetings." I'm like, "That sucks." No, I feel bad for her. I wish she could take some baths, but
Take some baths together.
that tub's not that big, Tom.
I feel you on that.
I still have to. I gotta bend the knees just a little bit. I can put them straight if I like sit all the way up, but I like to lean back.
I get you.
I've got the bath. I've got the bath pillow, and those really nice. So I got this thing for my couch. Do you have arms on your couch, Alex? I can't remember if you have arms on your couch because you have one of those like wide, far back.
Yeah,
couches.
no, there's no arm. I mean, there's ends. There's not really arms. You don't really put your arm on it.
But is it raised?
It's the same height as the back.
As this, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no. So this wouldn't work for you. We don't have like end tables or a coffee table in front of our couch. So because our couch, like the seats recline, so you don't want a coffee table because you'll be moving it all the time. But on the arms, I got like a tray that like snaps onto the arm. It has like 2 sides with like a spring. And I realized the other day, Tom, when I was in the bath, I was like, oh, I bet that fits perfectly on the side of the bath. And I brought it down and it does. So I've got my tray there. I'll put the switch on it.
Nice.
And then I got the headphones. And then I was like, I wonder if I can get the iPad set up.
Oh my God.
It's great. I love a bath. It's kind of
I
like
love
a nap.
a bath. I love a bath too. I take baths while I'm here because my parents' bathroom is a deep bath. Like you can sit in it and it'll come up to your fucking nips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice.
That is awesome.
That is nice.
Yeah. The dream that we want is, like we want one of those, like a large enough master bathroom where you can have the standalone tub. Like
Sure.
you want the big standalone tub, and the ones where like 2 people can sit in it, where like you can go like it has like the opposite side slopes. That's like the dream tub. That would be amazing. I don't know if I'll ever have that, but that would that is luxury. That would be amazing. But
all right.
any bath's a good bath. What's your favorite villain in a video game?
Oh.
And then we'll challenge.
Favorite villain. I thought Gladys was good.
Gladys is a great villain.
Arbiter.
Arbiter.
That's interesting.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Would you really count the Arbiter? He's like he's only
as.
like a villain for very small.
So
Okay.
It's
Cortana.
different. I mean, villain is a specific villain is a specific word. Like it's like, do you mean antagonist? Do you mean
Andrew Ryan?
Andrew Ryan's good.
You know who I would not say I would not say Bowser, and I would not say Ganondorf. I would not say either one of those. I think they're both incredibly inefficient. Incredibly
I would say
so.
there's iterations of Ganondorf that I think are interesting. I think Wind Waker Ganondorf is like really compelling.
Wind Waker Ganondorf is pretty cool.
You kind of have to put them all separately.
But all the other Ganons and Ganondorfs are like just letting Link do his thing.
That's
like,
true.
dude, like you
That's
could just
true.
come out before he amasses any kind of power and just stop him right now. But you
That's
don't.
very true.
Stupid.
I would have said Odin from Ragnarok,
But
I mean, I think that he ultimately becomes like a little disappointing.
yeah, I agree.
I've told you about it.
I
think
agree.
I think his performance and everything is great, but there's just stuff toward the end of the game that
Ooh. Handsome Jack was a great villain.
Sure.
Right, it was, yeah.
Villain is like, when I think of villain, I think of it in like a cartoonish fashion, right? Like they are just bad for bad sake. So like Handsome Jack does tick that box.
Okay. How about this one, Tom? Scratch.
Oh my god, the Dark Presence. Well, I mean, just all of that. Yeah, that's good. Scratch is a great villain.
Scratch is
and,
a great villain.
like, yeah. Oh, Tuna, you gotta fucking play Alan
He's
Wake,
gonna play
dude.
Alan
You
Wake
gotta
next
play
week.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, relax.
We'll see.
So
We'll see.
do us a favor, Tom. Don't fucking say anything about
I'm not
this
saying
game.
shit. I'm not saying shit. Except it's got a good backer.
Oh my god.
What do you guys think about Dr. Robotnik?
Same category as Bowser and Ganon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a problem, I think, with like old game villains, is that they are just like beatable, like just like facile, like
Giovanni was a good villain.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that when you go to the town and the gym leader is gone and then you come full circle and he's
So
I mean,
good.
come
It's
on, man.
That was
So
very good.
good.
That was really, really well done.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good villain, I think.
Yep.
Giovanni.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I kind of want to, it's like I'm just Googling villains now because it's such a open question that
Yeah.
you know, it's hard to think of everything. And it is Sephiroth. I mean, because he's in Kingdom Hearts too, you know?
True.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Cloud is as well from Final
Oh,
Fantasy
I
VII.
didn't know that. They
Wait,
made
you
a
don't know
big-
anything about
Wait, you
Kingdom
don't-
Hearts?
Yeah, what?
Oh, maybe you
I-
need to start playing Kingdom Hearts now that you become a Final Fantasy boy.
I have tried multiple times to get into Kingdom Hearts, and I played a substantial amount of 3. I just find them to be very clunky, like and even with them being like remade on like the PS4 and stuff, I would love to, but like I've tried it multiple times, it just hasn't clicked. All right. I mean, Final Fantasy across the board, 16 has some great villains. Man, 16's got some fucking good villains.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a ton. There are some great villains in video games. Almost better, I would say, on average, than a lot of protagonists, because a protagonist has, you know, you're playing as them, right? So they don't, like, you can't author them as much. You know, a villain can pop in and out and like can be used sparingly, whereas a protagonist, you're with them the whole time. So I would say, honestly, on average, you're going to run into probably better villains than you are protagonists. But yeah,
Would agree with that. All right. You guys want to do something different? You guys want to do something new? Something we've only done one other time? You guys want to go head to head?
I do.
Sure.
All right, Alex.
So curious.
Please introduce the latest and the greatest in head to head.
Sure. So we played Nicktoons Brawl 2. We each picked a character that we were going to play as, and then we played as the level 9 equivalents on a particular stage. I forget what the stage is, for 2.5 minutes. Most kills wins. I picked Reptar. Tom picked the robot girl, I forget her name, and Chris picked you're right, you picked Squidward. Sorry that you changed and I changed, and then Chris also picked Enigma, and then we all played, and let's check it out.
Ember.
What did I say?
All right.
Enigma. I'm very curious as to how you guys did.
Well,
I'm very curious to see how you did. Okay. Oh, all right. Really?
Yeah, because the original intent for it was we pick
here we go.
who we think is best, right? And then use that person. But then you guys went and found people who are better probably for knocking people off. So you changed your characters. At that point, I already had done it like for an hour and a half.
I had done it too.
I understand, but you had done it and found other characters that were better to do it with. I didn't want to go through that process, so I played against your heavy
I didn't
characters.
go through the process. I just picked Reptar after you said we could change, and I said,
All
fine,
I'm
I'm
saying
gonna
is
pick
this.
Reptar.
I recognize
Oh,
that
here we
my
go.
character is probably not ideal for this, and I'm just feel very confident I'm probably going to be in last. I have a feeling that Reptar is going to absolutely dominate this.
Reptar's not bad. Reptar's not bad.
But I
Probably
also don't
playing
know
the
what's up with Squidward.
Squidward was a pain in my ass. He has that downward.
Wait,
down
are you
move
just
that,
gonna
like,
stay and
smashes.
spam this thing the whole time?
Who, Tom?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
Oh,
It looks
my
like that's what he's doing.
God, I'm over here like fighting, edge fighting. Tuna's edge fighting.
I'm edge fighting. Yeah. I mean, this is Tom. This is Sheep City.
No,
I mean,
you
this
know
is
what though,
unbelievable.
Alex? That's what this game is. That's what this is.
I know.
I'm
I
here
know.
for it, Tom.
I know. I'm
This
with
is
you.
this is me playing Taskmaster, finding a way to.
Yeah, no, Tom. This is totally.
No, it's good.
It's
It's good.
man. It's
It's good.
It is.
I think Tom's
This
running
is-
away with this.
Oh,
I
Tom's
think
running away with
running-
this. This is unbelievable, right?
Tom
now.
might have more than double what I get.
This is crazy.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's not even. He still has a minute left.
I'm running around like an asshole trying
I'm
to like
running around like
knock
an
people
I was
out.
really curious if you guys cheesed it or if you guys were actually
No.
fighting.
No, I was
look,
like
look at
edge
my
fighting and trying to knock people
Well,
off.
my
and-
Squidward is doing exactly what your just now. My Squidward was doing what your Squidward is doing.
I cannot believe what I'm looking at here.
I mean, this is ridiculous. This is insane.
You know what, Alex? I'm really impressed by Tom here. This
Yeah.
This is gonna change the game for every future.
Yeah.
This is the turning point of this new segment.
It is. It totally is.
If you are not watching this and you're listening, go to youtube.com/unrankedpodcast. You gotta watch this. Maybe we should break these out, Tom, as like YouTube shorts. Just the
Yeah, we could do
head-to-heads.
that.
This is
Yeah. If you're
this is
listening,
impressive. I
basically,
feel like we're getting stunted on here too.
I'm just
We are.
bouncing off of the
The ring.
rope, and I'm just down smashing, and they're just running into my attack.
What's amazing about this is Alex last week was like, Tom, do you have your video? And Tom's like, no, I don't have it
Yeah.
yet. And Alex is
Yeah.
like, we're not waiting another week,
redoing
get it
it.
in. And now Tom shows up and he's fucking outclassing all of us.
And I got
Yeah.
one last one right at the end there.
Yeah.
I got 12 KOs.
Holy you doubled me.
I got
six.
9.
I got 6.
Oh man, nice job, Tom.
9 is good. 9 is good, but I kept getting 6. And then I got one, and I thought, oh, maybe I got 9, and then it was like, oh no, 12 KOs.
That was very
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive,
Good job,
Tom.
Tom.
I
That
was
very
really
good.
curious. I was like, are they, because we'd been watching Taskmaster, and it just had the vibes of like, are they cheesing it? Are they finding a way to like?
Right.
And I just got on. At first, I was doing what you guys were doing, and then I just could like did that on the rope once, and I was like, oh my god, I could just
Yeah.
do this, and they'll just
Yep.
keep.
It's
Yeah.
I
great.
had no moves like that. That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
I thought
Didn't
I did well with 9, and this guy's got
I-
fucking 12.
So here's what I thought. I came very close to getting 7 or 8 several times. Like there were multiple times where I was literally like knocking 2 people out and they were gonna go off stage and
Yeah.
the time went out. So I was like, I bet I could get up to 7 or 8 if I keep at this. But at a certain point, I was like so frustrated with getting 6 for the like 20th time in a row that
Mhm.
I was like, fuck it. Tuna can win with 8, maybe 9 if he's lucky. 12? 12? I in
Jesus
no
Christ.
reality expected someone was showing up here
No.
with 12, especially not Tom. I'm so
Especially
glad
not me.
that Tom, that you showed up, you came through with this. You've changed the game. This
And I'll
just
tell you
became-
what.
This is like walkabout mini golf. This just became way more competitive, Tom.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what. I also like. It didn't take me very long to get those. That was maybe like my 6th time doing it, and then I did one more time, and I got 6 on the next time. And I was like, this is just. I would need to play it a lot more to get more than 12. So I'm just going to settle at 12. So I probably played for like 45 minutes. Hey, yeah. How long did you guys play total? Would you say? Forget about the first time we did it.
25 minutes. I hit 9 and I was like, no one's gonna get better than 9, right?
No
Like,
way. No way. I would have killed for 9.
I hit 9 and I was like, there's no way. I was like, no.
I don't know, probably like 2 hours, hour and a half.
Okay.
Oh,
And you got the least.
yeah. I mean, the second I realized that, and I was like, I'm not changing characters. That's why I said that. I was like, I'm not. Like, I felt like I got good with this character. I didn't want to learn another fucking character. I just wanted to do the damn thing. It's like I was like, maybe I'll get 7 or 8. Tried again, did not, and I fucking said, fuck it. I'm losing this one.
Because I thought maybe you had also I also thought maybe the reason Chris chose the stage was because of the rope, and like I was like, is Chris using this technique? Does he know about this? Like,
no, I chose that stage because I chose the whole task was originally like meant to be. This game had just come out. None of us had barely played it. So who do we think we're best with? Cool. We're going to use those characters. I'm going to put it on a stage because I figured level 9 was going to be hard. This is before any of us had fought a level 9. If this was Smash Brothers, we would have all been lucky to get a couple kills.
Yeah.
You know,
like, if it was Smash Bros level 9, I might get 1 or 2.
Correct. So that's why I chose this stage, because I was like, this is a stage that's small enough that like some of us are going to get kills. This might be someone wins with 3 kills. Like that's what I thought this was going to be. And it turned into a very different competition once I started playing it. It was a very completely different thing, which is great. Well, congratulations, Tom. You now have Alex and Tom both have 1 win under their belts in our head-to-head challenges. Alex, because I picked the last one. Alex does have our next pick. So we'll
have an idea, and I want to. I'm going to say my idea, and if you guys don't like it, then I want to adjust. Then I have a backup.
Okay.
So in line with things that I've seen on TikTok, not my TikTok, but TikToks that people have sent me, and Instagram Reels, I would
old TikToks.
So I would like exactly. So I would like to do a challenge of the best. See, this is where this might get a little the best.
Yeah. We need
can't be quantified. I know you would need a judge. So it would be the best trick shot. So it wouldn't be video games. It would be any trick shot that you would want to do in your home.
This feels like, okay, so Alex, because the other thing we're going to do alternate to head-to-head challenges is Ask Masters on the show. This feels like more like your Ask Master for us. So if you want this to be our Ask Master, because now we're moving outside of games.
Yeah, but I feel like this was a game because it was like trick shots. So like you'd use like a ping pong ball or like,
But that's Ask Master, is it not?
All right, fine.
If you want this, because we hadn't picked what the other thing is, you were going to use one of our prize tests and you were going to do something else. This is a little non-traditional to say it out loud. However, I do like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good idea. We could do the furthest ping pong ball in a solo cup throw.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
The furthest throw.
Okay.
It has to go from...
Are you competing in this?
Yeah.
Now all right. You know what? This just counts as our head-to-head challenge. Our head-to-head challenge. Well, because remember the Ask Masters or the judge.
No, he's saying this. He's saying this.
I'm saying this should be for the head-to-head.
Yeah. All right, fine. We don't need to have hard rules, right? What are rules?
Well, the rules are who can.
Well, no, I'm going to make some. I'm going to make some rules.
Okay.
Right now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Once the ball leaves your hand, it cannot be assisted by any other means. So no hooking it up to a drone, no hooking it up to a string.
So I can't bounce it off of anything.
No, but you see, I was going to allow bouncing.
Well, you could allow bouncing still.
I'm going to allow bouncing, but you're not allowed to use any other propulsion on the ball other than your hand throwing the ball.
Can you imagine if you threw it and a drone caught it and then dropped it?
Well,
but what if it like rolls off of a thing that it like?
Right. So right. I was also thinking that in my head. I was like, what if you threw it on the roof and then it went into the gutter and then it followed the gutter all the way down to the cup, which is way further away from you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you right now, like
I guess that's okay.
I'm already planning on dropping this thing from my roof into the cup. This is my plan.
I mean, this is what I've come up with.
Okay.
The next thing I was going to come up with is the fastest. But you see, I don't know if we all have it. I was going to do the fastest to do a certain level in a video game, but if we just want to do the ping pong,
I mean, I'm happy to do. Look, if you want to make head-to-head challenges also work outside of
video games,
that's fine. But we are then blurring the line with the other thing we're going to do, which are Ask Masters, which is again, it's fine. But I understand why you'd want to do that because you also want to compete in it. So I think that's fine to do. If you want to,
no, fine. We won't do. We'll make this Ask Master.
Okay.
We'll throw out head to head. We'll make this Ask Master, and it's between the two of you.
So we have the prize task already, and then this will be our recorded task.
Yep.
Okay.
There it is.
So it's just the best trick shot.
It's gonna be the best trick shot, not the longest.
Okay.
The best trick shot.
Unaided.
Well,
Okay.
No. No.
No,
Like,
now we can do whatever we want.
You're allowed to bounce it off the
we can do
wall
whatever
into
we
the.
want.
But it's got to
no
be
propulsion.
no propulsion from any other means.
All right, Tom. Alex will remind you of which one of your home tasks to do for. Okay, so I mean, since we've said it out loud.
So what's happening? What's happening?
So we have those tasks that we were going to do the Taskmaster special, and it's not really going to work because it's two of us. So we were going to do. Remember, this is going to just be a new segment, and the winner of Ask Master becomes the new Ask Master, and then
Right.
And the way we're going to do it is just two asks each time. There'll be a live prize task, which is you bring in a thing, and then a single home recorded. And the idea was we would switch off between head-to-head challenges and Ask Master, so that that way we're not going to burn out on just always doing, so this would be the perfect pivot point for that.
So, right, so I don't need to tell you
to.
I don't need to tell you to open a task or anything like that. So you're going to do the ball trick shot, and you're going to bring one of the prizes. I had you bring two on the sheet, so just
the one that he sent us, the one that he mailed us.
Yes.
So then just bring the
one
first
we're doing.
Bring the first one on the list.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing that the package
prize
from Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait. No, that's not part of the prize. That was a real task.
Yeah, that was a prize task.
Mm-mm.
I think that was listed as one of two prize tasks.
Please hold.
Because that was the one that I told you I'd already done. So that was the one we should be including as the prize task. Because it was like bring an image of this thing is the most interesting.
You sure?
I thought so.
Hold on. Oh wait, no, that's 2 years ago. That's that. Where did I save this?
It's funny because
I got it.
The thing that you had sent me was in it was just in the top of a cupboard, and I was putting stuff away. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
No, Chris, the
picture.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we should do the other one because the whole point of doing one of the ones you sent us was that I'd already done it, and we have to have a use for that.
All right, so Tom, do 2B.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
2B.
2B and then a trick shot.
2B and then a trick shot.
No.
What
do you mean 2B?
We're still doing a podcast.
Instructions.
Right now.
It says instructions.
We're still doing.
Yeah, that's fine. This is great content. People love it.
It says, Chris. It says instructions for the live show. Item 2, subset B. Sub item B. 2B.
Oh my god.
The initials one?
Yeah.
No, I know. No, listen. Here's my point.
What?
You and I talked about. You said which tasks have you done? Because we'll include one of those. We'll include it for our first Ask Master. I made the mistake of thinking the task I did was a prize task.
Right.
It wasn't. So we need to make it the prize task. It's not 2B.
All right, fine.
The
Tom,
task
take a
that I
pic-
did
the
was
thing that I sent you. The thing that I sent you.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that I sent you in the mail.
Yeah.
Take a picture of that in the most interesting place that you can.
That's the ask.
Okay, that's the prize task.
That's
Forget
the ask.
2B. Forget the
So
other 2B.
Bring a
Forget
picture of
thing.
that thing.
Just bring a picture of that thing in the most interesting place and a video of you doing the best trick shot. Doesn't have to be with a ping pong ball and a cup. It could be whatever trick shot you want.
Okay, any
Doesn't
kind of
need to
trick
be
shot.
Any trick shot.
Could be a video game.
Could be any. Could be a.
I could do a walkabout
5
mini golf trick
headshot.
shot.
Could be a 5 headshot Halo snipe kill in a real matchmaking game. That would count if you got 1 shot on 5 heads.
Because like it's a shot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a trick shot.
Okay.
It's a trick shot.
Trick shot,
Interesting.
baby. If you want to line up other Spartans on the map so that you can angle the sniper shot so it hits all of them in 1 shot, go for it.
Great. We should we'll figure out when this is for, but we should just do it soon so that it's low lift, but just like easy peasy.
No,
just do it. Done.
Just take a picture of that thing in the best place, do the trick shot, we're done.
Cool.
And
Teresa's
then
gone for the next week. I'm gonna do a trick shot this week.
We'll judge it, and then we'll have our new Ask Master, a new challenge, and everyone will be happy.
I love it. Okay. So there it is. There's our first Ask. And then after Ask Master, we'll go back to a head-to-head challenge. Then we'll go back to that. That's gonna be a thing. It's every few episodes. We'll have
every few episodes we'll have a new thing for you people.
Yeah. Boy, what an episode.
What an
Tom, if we record next Thursday, Tom won't be with us because it's Game Awards. We might do it a different day because I'm having a tooth pulled, so don't know how much talking I'll be able to do. But until next time, everybody, stay unranked.
Second.